Hi, it's Cloudy, and this is the process of the first doll I've made since around last summer. I had a break from dolls because unfortunately I lost my motivation and I couldn't get myself to start a new design for a while. There was one I started making in January, but I lost the motivation again and the project got put on pause. Recently, I seem to have regained my drive and I came up with this design. I'm not gonna lie, it was a bit ambitious for my first doll after such a break, especially because this was my first time drawing proper tattoos. But I wanted to make this sort of goth pinup girl ready for a day by the pool or on the beach. Originally, she was supposed to have straight cut hair and micro bangs, but this changed later on, as you will see. For the base, I used a first wave Generation 3 Draculaura doll, which I had previously partially customized. That is, I repainted her lips and accessories. But that was before I got the second wave version, which I like a lot more, and this one just isn't to my taste anymore, so she became my victim for this project. I already gave her long nails before as well, so this meant that I only had to paint the hands this time. I cut her hair and separated the head from the body, and people don't lie about these new dolls being harder to work with. I struggled a lot with removing the head and I had to make a hole in the scalp to extract the remaining strands. I trimmed the neck peg so it would be easier to put the head back on. I used hot glue to close up the head. Because I was out of practice with sewing doll clothes, I decided to make her swimsuit entirely off camera. It took me 3 tries to figure out the right pattern. I added embroidery thread as the strings to tie around her neck, and in the back arranged as a corset closure. I decided to use the shoes that come with Draculaura. I painted the base of the shoes black and used red for the hearts and the soles. So I put a gloss varnish on the shoes and I think they look pretty good, but I wanted to make them have a little more of a oomph, if you could say that. So I tried stoning one of the hearts, but I actually think that this is a little too much for this like pin-up-esque beach look. So I think I'm going to have to remove those. In the meantime, I also repainted the sunscreen that comes with Draculaura. I thought that it would be perfect for this little project, but I wanted to make it more, fit for humans. I utilized Draculaura's glasses as well because the bat shape was very fitting, but I painted the frames black and later glossed them with UV resin. I prepared yarn wefts for the hair by brushing out and straightening black yarn. I used tacky glue to make individual wefts on a plastic surface. As I mentioned before, I changed my mind regarding the hairstyle. I wanted to give her this wet hair look and keep the widow's peak that's on the base doll. I decided to make a wig instead of gluing the wefts directly on the head, so I could hide the front wefts under the wig and have a seamless hairline. I sanded the plastic panties of the doll and sanded the ears so they would have a more human shape. Then I sprayed both the body and the head with a white primer. I mixed a pale skin tone color and began painting. I painted the hairline black so I could be sure that it wouldn't peek out from under the wig. Because paint will inevitably chip around the joints, I wanted to reinforce the areas with soft pastels. I started with beige but quickly realized it would be smarter to use pink, so the eventually exposed pink plastic would be a bit less noticeable. It didn't really go with the color scheme I had in mind, but oh well. I started working on the leg tattoos. I first sketched them out with a very light watercolor pencil before moving on to black. I didn't film myself drawing all of the tattoos because my setup doesn't really allow me to draw the details and film comfortably at the same time. I started working on the face up and the tattoos on the upper half of the body at the same time. I shaded the sides of the face and began building the eyeshadows with grays. I also used soft pastels to figure out the shape of the lips. I added the second and final layer of black to the tattoos. I did some work on the face off camera. That is, I made a vague sketch of the eyes, deepened the eyeshadow, and added eyebrows. I used a black watercolor pencil to draw the lips following the guide I made before with pastels. I made the whites of the eyes whiter, darkened the eyelines, and added the pupils. I used burgundy and brown for the irises. I added catch lights with white paint. After this, I used a light pearly pigment on the cheekbones and forehead. The matte sealant makes it mostly invisible, but there is still a hint of sparkle. I added all of the jewelry and eyelashes off camera. With that, the doll was ready to be assembled and styled.